Hi, I'm Brian Crombie, and we're going to be talking on the Brian Crombie Show. We're going to be talking about politics, arts, business, and social issues on the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. You know, COVID-19 has been really tough on live music and musicians, and particularly young ones that are just starting out. So I wanted to reach out to a friend of mine, Maryanne Mcmullen, who runs something called The Next Music Generation. And she's really into the business of promoting young artists. And she's actually a fascinating person. She's got a lot of political interest and social interest as well. But I want to focus in for the first segment here on what you got to do to promote yourself if you're a young musician. So Maryanne, how are you? Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So tell me a little bit about the Next Music Generation. What is the Next Music Generation?
So the Next Music Generation is a Canadian broadcasting company where we promote and support young artists and get them the visibility that they need. A lot of artists do look for promotion and look for placement into TV and television. Right. And through my time within the industry of the last 5 years, I've been able to build and establish an amazing network with people like yourself and other people who are, they have their own production companies and other businesses.
So you get these artists, what, placements or?
So there's radio placement, music placement onto film, and also physical appearances.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. If you were just starting out in the music business, you're a teenager or a young adult, what recommendations have you got for them? What do you do?
I think the thing that I can only speak for myself and being a professional in the industry, I think the biggest thing is people who are just themselves.
Be authentic.
Yes.
Really?
And when you push yourself.
I thought performers have to be like this bigger persona, something different than they.
In their own unique way, most of the time I feel that music is a craft and it helps them to express their inner self, and they connect to music in their own individual way.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you got to have something to say.
Yeah, and I think you have to have a sole purpose of why. Like, there must be a reason why you're connected to music. So say for myself, I could reflect on my own inner life and my life experience and stuff. And I'm very open about it because of my political views and my thoughts and stuff. You know, while growing up, I experienced domestic violence, and there was abuse in my family. There was different things.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. But it's just more of you know, using your lived life experience to make an impact and bring change within the community. So there's, you know, you can navigate your craft and your talent. It's like seeing an artist who paints a picture.
Yeah.
Why do they paint a picture? Because they're trying to express themselves, and that's exactly why people create music. People don't know this.
To express themselves.
Yeah, so people don't know this about me, is that the only reason why I was sharing that piece of my life is because of the fact that I use music as an outlet, and it's actually given me hope. It's given me a place of comfort. It's a place where I went to when things, I guess, you know, in your world, your circle, things are crumbling. It gave me, it shed that light. It gave me that rainbow. So, you know, I remember this one time, this one person I was in my shower singing, and my neighbor from downstairs said, I could always hear the singing, but I just never knew where it came from. And she figured it out was me, so it was quite funny.
That's wonderful. You know, I really love what you're saying about be authentic, and I'm going to give you 3 examples, if I could, that sort of resonate with me and resonate with the point that you're making. I was chairman of something called the Mississauga Summit, and we did some work with a child psychologist on how to improve kids' lives. And this child psychologist said something that really stuck with me forever. This person said, when words fail you, music can speak for you.
Yes, that's perfect. I just got chills when you said that.
I thought that was great. And then and the second thing, and this might be a little bit trite, but I loved it, the movie A Star is Born. When the old rocker, you didn't see the movie A Star is Born with Lady Gaga and who was it? Who was it? Lady Gaga and who? Oh, I can't think of it. Anyway, you didn't see A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Lady Gaga is the young ingenue performer, and the old rocker, whose name I can't remember right now, will come to me in just a minute, comes out to her when she's performing and says, make sure you have something to say. If you want to be a successful musician, make sure you have something to say. And I thought that was interesting, because a lot of people just want to perform. But what they were saying is, but you got to have something to say. You got to be relevant in some way. And then I had a guy on my show, Tom Barlow, who's a Juno-nominated rocker from Port Credit. And he reminded me, he said, every major social movement has had an anthem. And it's been music that was the best way to express what that social movement was about, and it became the anthem for that movement. And I started thinking about the Vietnam War protests or Black Lives Matter protests, or you go through all the different protests. There's often been an anthem that is associated with that. So music does have to be, and the people have to be authentic. But we're going to take a break for some messages and come back more with Maryanne Mcmullen in just a minute. Stay with us.
This past year, we've learned what really matters in our lives. And what government does or doesn't do also matters. We've seen bad choices with devastating consequences. Imagine instead a premier that chooses you, who protects workers, who stands up for local businesses, not big box stores, who instead of cutting, invests in healthcare and our kids. That's what matters to me.
ओंटारियो का कोविड-19 प्लान फैलाव को रोकने और जिंदगियां बचाने में मदद फराहम कर रहा है। जब तक हम सबको वैक्सीन नहीं लग जाती, मास्क पहनें, अपने हाथ धोएं और फासला रखें। हम अब तक इकट्ठे चलते रहे हैं और पूरे ओंटारियो में रोजाना हजारों लोग वैक्सीन लगवा रहे हैं। आपकी बारी जल्द आने वाली है। ओंटारियो के वैक्सीन प्लान के बारे में मजीद जानें। अदायगीशुदा मिन जानिब हुकूमत ओंटारियो।
Century 21 Kingdom Realty. We take delight in helping people succeed, whether they are our clients or agents. Worldwide recognized brand, game-changing technology, state-of-the-art marketing, industry-leading training, stunning office, great location, great commission splits, first access to pre-construction projects.
If you want to be even more successful in your real estate area, join the Century 21 Kingdom Realty.
To join our team, call 416-560-9559 or visit our website www.jointhekingdom.ca. Century 21 Kingdom Realty, 1099 Kingston Road, Pickering, Unit Number 2, Ontario.
एयर विंग्स ट्रैवल एंड टूर्स नॉर्थ अमेरिका की सबसे बाएतमाद और फास्टेस्ट एयर ट्रैवल सर्विसेज। 25 साल का तजर्बा लिए लातादाद अफोर्डेबल ट्रैवल डील्स के साथ एक्सीलेंस इन कस्टमर सर्विसेज ऑन जस्ट वन फोन कॉल। ये है एयर विंग्स ट्रैवल एंड टूर्स। फॉर बुकिंग कॉल नाउ 1855-247-9464 or 905-272-2300. Air Wings Travel and Tours.
Buying or selling a residential or commercial property is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will make in their life. The real estate lawyers at Alum Law Chambers will guide you through the complete real estate laws to ensure your transaction completes on time and your dreams come true. Reliable and affordable. Alum Law.
Welcome to I Will Get You Mortgage Service Limited. It's your company, it's our company for all your mortgage needs. We have many lenders we work with to give you solutions for all your difficult mortgages. Whether it's a purchase, refinance, investment property, urgent funds for closing, we have solutions. My name is Nasir, 416-689-2696, or visit our website at www.iwillgetyourmortgage.com.
Was your family or business prepared for this financial crisis? Want to learn how I prepare my clients with the essential financial planning pyramid for any financial crisis come their way? Hello, this is Zahid Sayed from Arooj Financial. For your complimentary Zoom or Skype meeting, call my office at 905-624-0008 or visit aroojfinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Brian Crombie, and we're going to be talking on the Brian Crombie Show. We're going to be talking about politics, arts, business, and social issues on the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Welcome back to the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. A real pleasure for me tonight to be chatting with Maryanne Mcmullen, who is the proprietor of, founder of, and person behind something called the Next Music Generation. Maryanne, you were saying that you're working on an anthem right now with a whole bunch of interesting people that's really an expression of how you're feeling. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so there's an artist down in LA. His name's Ricardo Bernard. He's done collaborations with Madonna, with J-Lo, Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Neo. The list just goes on. But we had a conversation because we were talking about my project called Our Hearts Beat Together, and it's primarily around
Our Hearts Beat Together. Okay.
Yes. So this project, I found myself within the last year through this time of COVID, and I'm starting to branch out and use my lived life experience to inspire other people.
Oh, good.
So once I stepped into that place of finding myself and using that inner self that I was talking about earlier, then all these other people just started coming into the picture, like Ricardo. It was just amazing. So we're actually working on the song together. And
what's the song? It's something about our hearts beating together.
Yeah, talking about homelessness and mental health, and women who receive the justice isn't really fair for them,
right?
Because of the law and stuff like that. So that kind of expands on.
And what are you hoping to do with the song? Is it going to be a fundraising event or just a song on the radio, or what?
So we're doing a fundraising event, and we're doing an award show within a year. And then also I'm partnered with CAMH and a few other organizations on, building out stigma, to end stigma against certain issues, yes.
So, I started it by asking you, what do you got to do if you want to be a successful musician? And we spent most of our time talking about, number one, being authentic, and number two, having a message. And here you're talking about sort of making a social impact. We haven't talked about, honing your craft of guitar playing or singing or something. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Or even promoting social media, which is what I thought you were all about.
I'm there too. I do promotion. I do, my hands are dabbled into a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But I think your true authentic self comes out the best is when you grasp on to the things that you're great at.
I think that I asked you about music, but I think that's true for almost every walk of life.
Yes.
That you got to be authentic.
Yes.
That it's helpful to have something to say, to make a difference. Maslow talked about one of our needs, and I think you referenced a bunch of time Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has, the 6 things that people need in life, and one of them, the key, is significance. So leaving a legacy, making a difference.
Yeah, so when you said Tony Robbins, yesterday, I live in Toronto housing, I live in housing. It's not like the Toronto housing, but, I feel like, just because I live in housing doesn't mean that I have to live, scummy or anything, but it's just more of I'm proud of where I come from. And then I overheard a conversation that Tony Robbins was actually the one that donated all the food towards our the buildings that we're in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was really, really inspired by that. Yeah.
I heard a rumor that you're thinking about running for politics. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Why do you want to make a difference in politics?
Because I'm a community builder. I believe that people need to be together and supporting each other.
Yep.
despite your your race, where you come from, if you're come from overseas and you're here in Toronto, just having that impact. And I just think it happened so organically. I was really grateful. I met Bradford the other day, and he came by where I lived in the back alley just to kind of show him what I'm doing in my community. And he's like, wow, I've never seen anyone like you. You're very rare. He goes, you're just chasing after everything. And that's a compliment, because that kind of justifies and solidifies this is where I'm going. And then I had someone in Cleveland said, you know what, one day you're going to win the humanitarian award. And I was like, what? Yeah. So
that's interesting, because one of the things that I've sort of thought about you the most was that you were so impactful on social media, and you haven't even mentioned that once.
It's such a natural thing, and I'm so consistent with it, and I think that's what you see. You see the end result. You see that I'm very adamant about, and I think that's what's helped me land a lot of my jobs, my work, just having that visibility, and just really understanding how the algorithms work.
What algorithms?
So basically everything you say out loud goes into your phone. Anything you post.
What? Everything I say out loud goes into my phone.
Yeah, anything you post. There's a movie on Netflix about it. Anything that you post, it attracts, for some reason, any kind of keyword.
It's recording. My phone's recording me even when I'm not on.
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yeah. There's a lot of tricks and stuff I could tell you later about. I don't want to tell everybody.
Okay.
Can't give out all my secrets.
Are you talking about, what is it, The Social Dilemma or something like that? The
yes,
movie that
it's a very real thing.
That talked about how they're tracking everything that you're posting on social media, that you comment on, and try to figure out, what your personal traits, interests, etc. are, so they can typify you and sell you more stuff.
Yeah, so your mannerisms, the way you speak, how you speak, your temperament, it picks up everything.
And is that good or bad?
It's kind of annoying, actually.
So I interviewed some guys that actually you might like to meet that have launched a not-for-profit called the Social Reset that are encouraging people to dramatically limit their amount of social media. What do you think of that?
Not for what I do, unfortunately.
You've got to do it to promote your stuff.
Yeah, and I would really love to have a conversation with them, because I think it's really important to be present. If I didn't make myself as present as I am, I wouldn't have got that movie premiere with Sony Pictures.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to host that movie premiere in an AMC theater in front of a whole bunch of people. It just would have never happened.
This is a fascinating conversation, because we've been talking about, music, we've been talking about politics, we've been talking about having a social impact, and a lot of it comes down to being authentic. And isn't that interesting? And having a message.
And being consistent.
And being consistent. Maryanne Mcmullen, the new music generation, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
So that's another edition of the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Maryanne Mcmullen of the Next Music Generation. She's got an Instagram account. What's the Instagram account? Is it just the Next Music Generation?
The Next Music Generation.
That is really cool. If you get a chance, follow it and check Maryanne Mcmullen out. Good night, everybody.